Merry Christmas. Yeah, it worked, which is good. Hey everyone, I'm Good. Welcome back to Soda Ninja 1. So essentially, I've set my clock to the 25th of December here, right? So we can start fleshing out the collection log of items by getting all the Christmas gear. I also think is there Halloween stuff? I might have to look that up, or, just try setting the date to Halloween. Either way, we can, accomplish two things at once. We can start leveling up the shifter, unlock the shifter stones by having the different party members that we want to steal the passes from. So ideally we want the shifter to essentially replace the knight and the thief and then the healer, and then give the dark mage something better, something like that. Either way, we'll figure it out as we go. And then we can also farm up the Christmas items and try to flesh out the collection log. So yeah, that's what I'm going to get up to. Pretty much just more grinding. I'll probably start at 1, just so we can try to make sure we see all the Christmas stuff. I don't know which area I have to do it. We'll try the Layer of Despair and see what exactly we do get. I can also level up the relics while we're here. Might as well dump the gold then. Right, nothing else is unlocked in terms of what we want caps for. Although I do know relic-wise we can use them. So it's 1 cap for 10 levels or 2 caps for 100. So math-wise, right, it's 1 billion gold per cap, so 2 billion gold for 100 levels, which I'm pretty sure we can get 100 levels out of that without spending, right? If we convert it to essence and yada yada yada. We'll have to figure it out. Okay, what do we want to look? Probably just continuing pumping attack to 350. And then HP. Probably get everything to like 1,000 maybe, and then swap to the caps. I think that should work out fine. And then I also don't have to click so much. Anything else? What's other? Magic damage, that's the other big priority. Get this to 350 or as close as we can, even though we're starting at 1, right? So it should be fairly easy. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to start at 1. I'm going to start at 3,000 or so, right? So we still get a decent chunk of gold, right? 3,000, maybe 4,000 actually. Yeah, 4,000. Okay, we'll see how things go and what items we find. Right, we've done close to 2k. I'll probably let it get to 2k. Well, actually, no. I'll quit out after we discuss what else there is to discuss. And that is the Halloween stuff. So I did look it up. I think it's... Here we go. Can you see? Yes, perfect. Right, so for Halloween, there is just limited time character accessories. So they're not items. I guess they're the little, well, not equipables, but the toggle things, right? So to customize the look of characters. So there is stuff to collect and find, so I think we might as well do that anyway, since we are still leveling up the shifters. But there's also bosses in costume. Each dungeon boss has dressed up in their favorite costume, which is very relevant because of the limited time character accessories. So I would assume, you get them equivalent to whatever the boss is wearing, which makes farming them a little bit tedious, but we'll see how we go. Other than that, we can probably go ahead and quit out of the run now. Right, we'll see how the shifters are doing and what exactly we found. How much we've fleshed out the actual collection log. That's what I'm probably more interested in seeing. The rings of... Marcuse. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Right, they're useful for the Halloween stuff. That I looked up also. I don't think we didn't get any caps. But item-wise, right, this is the quickest way. Still missing something there, and something there. There's the Pine of Pain. Do we get anything else Christmassy, or just one? Kind of just looks like one. Might have to look up how many exactly there are. Oh, and then up here is back. Armor-wise, do we get anything? Doesn't look like it, no. I can't see anything Christmassy. Okay, I guess we didn't do as well as I thought in terms of farming. Right, Frost Shield, Spike Shield... No, I think these are still the Christmas items. Okay, I guess I am doing some more farming. I might try the normal dungeon, see if that helps. But we also do want to check out the shifter. So we did get stones. We didn't get any unlocks though, right? But we have the Knight, Thief, Dark Mage, and Healer. Now, I am curious in regards to these, right? Is there skills you don't want to get, right? Because, for instance, the Knight, his 2 skills, Heaven's Strike hits 1 plus splash damage and Smite. Does Smite override, say, the Dark Mage Noxin, or I think the Wizard has AoE as well. Can we see? Yeah, Eviscerate. Right, in that case, do you not want to get that? Do you only want to go to X level, then stop using the Knight, just use the shifter version of the Knight, and essentially cycle through them that way and just cherry pick the unlocks you want? Because my worry is, if I grab all, or level up the stones, I should say, right, then that point, there's no going back, right? We automatically fall into however the computer decides to use the AI, right, and the skills that we are toggling. So I might end up looking through and trying to plan that a bit better. But yeah, I guess I'm going to grind more Christmas items. I was hoping to move on to the Halloween stuff. I might look them up and create a list so we keep track and make sure we do get them all before we, move on. There we go, that looks a bit better. So we have a bunch of common ones. I think it's just because I skipped the early floors, right? So when we did the Lair of Despair, we skipped straight to 3000. So I think if I start earlier on, we should be able to flesh out the collection log a bit better. Still missing one early weapon. We have the Charity Bell now, Peppermint Glaive. Anything else? Is there going to be a legendary one? I should really have looked at this up, but it looks like we're doing much better. So I'll probably do the same thing, just start earlier on in the Lair of Despair, and hopefully we can find them all. Oh, we have all the shields. Cool. Okay, so that's one section done. Special items, we're still missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay. Yeah, so that's a go, starting early. Also, sort of played around, well, not played around, looked up some of the shifter stuff. Not any info, but just the unlocks and the unlock paths. It doesn't seem like there's any skills you necessarily want to avoid. Again, maybe depending on how Smite works, right? If the Knight's just going to Heaven Strike, then you might as well get Smite, because Smite is the better AoE damage. But in saying that, I would probably have the Thief and Knight Shifter together and at the end, right? So the AoE damage won't matter. So the big thing is just the Dark Mage Noxin versus the Wizard's Eviscerate, whichever one is quicker, which I don't know, and I don't really have a great way to test. You still probably want the Wizard because of the alt paths, and I guess the 90% magic boost is kind of nice. But yeah, so I guess a little bit more grinding, hopefully find those last remaining items, and then it'll just be the high-end mythics probably, right? So we're missing 2 there. They're probably legendaries, and not sure what that is. Maybe something we could buy? No, I do know what that is. That is the fork. Right, so I should be looking for Dinner Boys as well, which means I have to turn off auto-equip and just refresh. I don't know if refreshing works. I'll look that up as well, right? So we can just finish up the collection log. Either way, back to grinding for a little bit. Right, fingers crossed, that should do it. Hopefully. Right, find whatever items at the very least are necessary from Christmas, and we can swap over to Halloween. Might end up missing something, right? 'Cause it's kind of hard for me to check, but I'd assume we've found everything. Right, Halloween time. Good old clock magic. Okay, so I've also given some tips because I did take a little bit of a break. I should not be prioritizing healing, and this makes complete sense to me, right? So if I'm getting to the point where I need to recover and heal, then I'm not doing enough damage, right? And I'm slowing down my speed anyway, so there's really no point in running the healer. I should really just be focusing on damage. So probably just the Knight, the Thief, Dark Mages, and the Shifter, right? And that way our speed should be a bit better, and yeah, there's nothing really else to explain, it's perfect logic. If you have to heal, you're slowing down. If you have to do anything outside of just outputting damage, you're slow, so no point. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll just go Dark Mage, Shifter, Knight, and Thief, something like that. And how many stones do we have? We did start unlocking abilities, so we do have Therapy and Group Heal. We have Magic Master, Heaven Strike, Noble, Greedy, and Pilferer. Noble is not the ambush. Noble is the path one, isn't it? Attempts to defend, no. Yeah. So we want leader, right? And then we can get rid of the knights. And then we have greedy. So actually I can get rid of the thief, right? If we stick this on, we just don't level it up more. And do we want the sharp eye? Probably sharp eye, right? Just for the extra item find, because why not? Might as well go for it. It's only 944. And again, we're just going to grind out the Halloween stuff, so it doesn't really matter. I'll stick with this comp. Probably won't grind out the healer anymore, though. Do I just stick it on for the sake of sticking it on? I mean, there's no passives. This Dark Mage, so that's Noxin and then Necroblast, right? Because that's the other big thing. We want to obviously get rid of the Dark Mages and just run Shifters. Do we, though? Can we get better stuff out of the trinkets? I feel like we can get better stuff out of the trinkets, right? Once we swap to, say, Mage Crit, in terms of higher damage. And then there's one other one that I'm looking for. Oh, do we get coal? We did get coal. So I need to use this to defeat, I think it's 100 enemies, and then we can unlock the golden coal. That should be that. That should be the last Christmas item, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do masks. Might as well see what the coal does. It is just the rock damage. Right, so 100 enemies should be no hassle. We'll just do this manually. Right, it should be by the time we get to floor 100, I'd assume. Because we can probably one-shot all the bosses too anyway. Is there a way I could set up the auto? Probably if I took someone weak, like the conscript, someone that doesn't have an ability, they'd probably use it on auto. That might be worth it, just so I don't have to manually do this. I mean, that's 10 right there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, actually. Fingers crossed, this works. Perfect. Okay, so I should be able to just let that run on auto. Once we get to floor 100, we should have the task accomplished. Right, went a little bit further, because I wasn't really keeping track of warps, but hopefully that should be 100 enemies. And we should be able to go to the blacksmith, I believe. Yes, it says new, and then we can buy, there we go, the golden coal, which is 40% boost to magic attack and 3 MP regen, which would probably be a lot nicer earlier on. But oh well, better now than never. I do actually like, they changed the art, that's so cool, right? So all the normal weapons have sort of blood on them, and then all the magical weapons look neater. Okay, items, special items, all pages should be done except the end, right? Should just be the mythics that we're still going after. Same with shields. Shields were all done last we checked. Armor, we're still missing that, which should be the bib. And then teddy suits. And then weapons, that should be the fork. And then, yeah, just end game stuff. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're the hero classes. Right, the shopkeeper, gladiator, wizard, and owner. And then just 2 more. So we're getting there. Okay, let's try this. If we swap auto-equip to never, right, and then we just refresh a bunch, can we find the dinner boys? Right, in fact, actually, let me turn off everyone. Right, so we're just getting soda junkies, but I'm not sure if this works or if it is only once you re-enter the tavern, right? So the bed doesn't actually refresh it or give you a chance for the dinner boys. You actually have to enter the dungeon and exit. I feel like that might be the case, right? Is anyone standing out with a bib or anything? No, I might just take 6, go to the dungeon and see if that does it. Probably not just, you know, not actually do anything. Well, never mind. They don't actually appear. I mean, they don't actually visually appear. Okay, so that's the bit. We might as well get 5, right? Max set, why not? Oh, you don't have it. You don't have it. It's just a chance when I hire you, I guess. And we just got 3 in a row because we're lucky. Yeah, okay. Is there any way to tell? So I'm curious about that. Doesn't look like it, no. I thought they held the fork and had the bib on. Anyway, doesn't matter. Right, we have 5 forks. Again, another weapon probably would have been better to try and get earlier on. Same with the bib, right? Because it's just nice stats to start. The 60% crit chance for 200 damage makes equivalent to, you know, the assassin's dagger. But anyway, that should be the items done, right? All the low end. Yes, perfect. So we're just missing the mythics. Keep spacing on the word, right? If you don't know, I do Flesh and Blood content. It's a TCG. They use Majestics as their rarity rather than Mythics. So, yeah, tongue-tied. Okay, can I check? The last thing to check. Can I check costumes? No, unless I cycle through them, can I? Right, and then I don't even know what I'm looking for, in all honesty. And there's no way to bring up, like, a list, I suppose? That's just back to normal. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'm just going to run till I get the shifters done, I suppose, on Halloween. Or I might just play Halloween from now on until we get the masks. So, since we're doing the Halloween stuff, we'll use the Rings of Marcus. Right? And yeah, I guess I will just grind away. Hopefully I can show some off before we end it. Cool, we did get some. So, I just wanted to check and make sure that we can get them here in the Lair of Despair. Because I wasn't sure. Because it meant to drop from the dungeon bosses. Right, but obviously once they're in their like little animal forms here in the Lair of Despair, you can't see them wearing any of the masks, so I wasn't too sure, but we did get some. So take a look, and then I guess I will just slowly grind them out. Oh, not that. That's Shifter's probably the easiest to see them on. Can we find one? What looks like a Halloween mask? Is there a different spot, maybe? Yeah, because we're just cycling through. Ah, okay, so it's on the beard slot. I would assume, right? Hard to tell though what is Halloween and what was original. I assume these, because obviously that's the Hannibal Lecter mouth guard, right? That is Dracula. Santa, that's Christmas. V for Vendetta. Anything else? That looks like the mask from The Mask. Okay, but anyway, we are getting them, so that's good. I will slowly grind them out, and then I guess I'll have to look up what's original. I'm guessing the shifter didn't have any, right? Because obviously they don't have facial features, or maybe these are just all... Actually, these might just all be the cosmetics, right? And then the hairstyles is the only facial features. But anyway, we'll leave it there, I think. Perfect. And yeah, I will continue to grind out the shifter stuff. And then, I don't know, I guess we'll go over comps in the next one. Hopefully that gives some bit of time to also get some more helpful tips from you all. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See ya.